This is a story I remember writing in like middle school. It was the Hole of Greatness. It's so basically there's this witch or wizard or whatever. They create a hole, and it says like whoever goes into the hole will achieve their greatness, their highest self, and all they need is somebody to help them back out of the hole after they go in it. So a man approaches this hole, and he goes in it, and then he's like, okay, he turns around, and he's like, now, like, I guess like his wife, it's like, help me out of the hole. And she looks at the thing, and sees his greatness, and then she questions him if he's gonna cheat on her, or if she's good enough for him. And then she proceeds to tell him she's not helping him out of the hole, because she's intimidated by him becoming great. And then she runs off, leaves that man in the hole. She meets this other guy. This guy finds out about her ex-husband in the hole. He comes back and he's like, if you give me the greatness out of the hole, I'll help you out of the hole. And the guy's like, I can't transfer it. It doesn't work that way. And the guy's like, okay, but if I get something out of this, can we work out a deal? And the guy's like, I don't know how the greatness works, basically. So eventually the entire village starts coming to the hole, offering this man help to get out of the hole, but for a price. Everybody wants something. Okay. And other people just straight up don't want that man to get out of the hole because they're terrified of him becoming great, becoming something. They want to steal it from him. That is a big crux of the stories. Everybody's trying to steal this guy's greatness. Eventually, the dude starts starving in the hole. He starts dying. He gets upset and he cuts his own stomach open and grabs his guts and lassos his wife's leg and pulls her into the hole. She screams, grabs the guy beside her, and 4 people fall into the hole. And that guy dies from his self-inflicted injuries. The other people that are in the hole begin fighting with one another, trying to get out, refusing to help one another, in fear if somebody gets out of the hole, they'll become great, and they'll just leave the other people in the hole, because then that person won't be special, because if that person's great, then the other people won't be great. So instead of getting out of the hole, these people resort to violence, beating each other and fighting one another and killing and eating one another until eventually there's one person left in the hole and there's nobody left in the village. And eventually that person dies from being in the hole. Legends tell of many people coming to the hole, but nobody ever gets out of it. Because every time it seems like everybody else is envious, jealous, or just working against the person that tries to become great, that is brave enough to enter the hole. One day, the hole has overbrush, it's been forgotten, and these kids are playing, and a little boy named Timmy falls into the hole. And the language that's written on the hole is fallen out of favor, so nobody can read it, and it says, like, those who achieve their greatness must fall in the hole and then be helped out of the hole. The kids can't read it, so they help Timmy out of the hole, and those kids all grow up to be billionaires. Timmy gets $1 billion, and he employs all of his friends, and they all grow up to live happy, wealthy lives, and nobody ever speaks about the day with the hole. This was a story I made up in middle school to kind of explain a bizarre behavior I witnessed in people growing up I couldn't explain, but it was envy. What the thing I couldn't explain was envy. It was jealousy in other people, and how, like, I think everybody wants to be great. I think everybody, to some extent, wants to be remembered, I guess. I almost was. But nothing about kneecapping, breaking, lying, cheating, destroying other people makes you great. It just makes you a dick. Nothing about bringing good people down to your level is good. It doesn't help anyone. Ever. I'm reminded of this guy talking about music's really fascinating because it can reach thousands and thousands of people. And the guy was like, he was always shocked to hear how his music talked people that were depressed and wanted to kill themselves. They heard his song on the radio and he stopped them from killing themselves. And he's like, I did that through letting my own greatness shine. And he did that because good people helped that man to become great. That is what happened. There's nothing good about ignoring the cries of your fellow men. You're not helping anybody in your self-righteous crusade to say, oh, I'm making them self-reliant. Okay, this comes up especially with religious people who believe ignoring their kids is a good idea. Because what the kid learns is to repress that emotion, and repressed emotions, they build up over time, and then what comes out is explosive. They become emotionally dysregulated. They become mentally unwell because you have a bad parenting style, and nothing about what you did made that kid great. You ruined that kid's childhood, is what you did. Okay, and you're going to take credit for any achievement they have in life. Okay, I remember this guy going on about how it's important, you can teach a kid self-reliance without being an asshole. Like, these things have always bothered me in society, but I really don't think it matters. But I don't, in my life, I have never in my life experienced this behavior, spite brain, the need to get back at people, until what these people did to me. But I am justly so allowed to be furious with what these people did to me. Okay? Everybody just did the wrong thing. And it destroyed everything because of how they think. Okay? And this is important about thought regulation, about emotional regulation, about consciousness, about intelligence. It is probably the most important thing that nobody ever teaches anyone for some reason. Okay? It's like true American history. Nobody actually knows that shit. Anything worthy of note? No. You're not succeeding when you're keeping other people down. You're just ruining your own opportunities. Because if that person goes to the top, who knows? They might carry you with them. Yeah.